Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this wild card weekend edition of 100 Yards and Running. I am your boy, Reggie Walker. I hope y'all had a blessed day. I'm not going to keep y'all much longer than I need to be, but I'm excited for these games. I hope y'all were excited. Let's get right into it. Saturday night, we had wild card weekend starting with CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans going playing home against Justin Herbert and the Las Vegas Chargers. And CJ Stroud and them boys did what they supposed to do. I mean, Justin Herbert throwing 4 interceptions in a wild card game is unacceptable. Houston's defense was all over Justin Herbert, pick six after pick six. Then CJ Stroud throwing 2 touchdowns himself, finishing them off, sending the Chargers home by a score of 32-12. Now, in a playoff game, when you throw 4 interceptions in the playoffs, it's unacceptable. You are not going to win a playoff game throwing 4 INTs. Unfortunately for Justin Herbert, his season is going to end early. Maybe the Chargers can bounce back next season. Houston moves on to the divisional round where you have the number 1 seed, Kansas City Chiefs, playing host to the low seed. The high seed goes up, low seed plays the number 2 seed. So now, with Houston winning, it sends them to Arrowhead to go against Patrick Mahomes and the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs next week in the divisional round. I'm excited for that game. I hope y'all excited for that game. Let's move on to Baltimore, where we had the MVP candidate Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens playing host to a team that I didn't think was going to make it this far, but they shocked me with the acquisition of Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. They made it this far. Unfortunately, it was short. Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Now, if you know this rivalry backhand, I've been watching this rivalry since I was a kid. We have Roethlisberger and Jerome Bettis. You have Flacco, Ed Reed, to name a couple. This rivalry right here was the reason why I wanted to see this game. And Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry and the Baltimore Ravens got the job done, winning by a score of 28-14. Now, this game sets up the winner of the Broncos and Bills game. The winner of the Broncos and Bills game goes to Baltimore and play Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. You see, I like the way they did the seeding this year because you got more teams that couldn't have a chance to make the playoffs, show their talents on what they did in the playoffs. And I'm going to talk about a team later on who showed their talents in the playoffs in the Washington Commanders. But going back to the Baltimore Ravens game, Pittsburgh waited too long to get hot. Lamar Jackson was Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry was the reason why they brought him in there in the first place. They needed a back that was going to go in there and not afraid to get hit, not afraid to run down the field and get you more than 5 yards per carry. And Derrick Henry plus Saquon Barkley plus other running backs can get you that. But the main two that I just named, Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley, is going to be a problem in these playoffs. And I would not be shocked if them two played each other in the Super Bowl. I will not. Moving on to the game that I said the winner of this game goes to Baltimore to play the Ravens. We had Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills going head-to-head with Sean Payton, Bo Nix, and the Denver Broncos. Now, this was the Broncos' first time making the playoffs in over 6 years. They haven't made it since Peyton Manning. That was the last time the Broncos have won the Super Bowls, and that was years ago. But this time, bringing in a rookie in and Bo Nix going in there in Buffalo to try to, let's face it, they started off hot, but it wasn't enough. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills did what they were supposed to do in the second half, and that is totally dominate Denver, holding them to just a touchdown. And Buffalo cruised by the Broncos 31-7. So next week in the AFC divisional round is set. You have Kansas City and Houston, and you have Buffalo going one-on-one with Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. I am so excited to see what's going on in the AFC. Let's move on to the NFC, where I said this man's name earlier, Saquon Barkley. Saquon showed the Giants why they should have kept him in the first place. You put a back like Saquon Barkley with a team like the Eagles or anybody with good coaching staff, look at what Saquon is doing. He could have broken the rushing record this season, but he chose not to. He chose to sit back, get his team ready for the playoffs, and ready they was. They beat Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers by a score of 22-10. Now, Saquon was Saquon, like I said. He could have broke this record this game. He could have been broke the record week 18, but they chose to sit Saquon down, get those receivers, get Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown time to develop. Give Jalen Hurts time to come back after coming back from concussion protocol to go out there in a playoff game and get the job done at home. It's amazing. This sets up this game, the winner of the Buccaneers and Commanders. Now, if the Buccaneers won, the Buccaneers will be going on to, I think, in my eyes, if the Buccaneers had won this game, the winner of the Packers and Eagles game, they would have went to Philadelphia. But it didn't happen. This game right here, to me, was the game of the night. We had the rookie sensation, Jaden Daniels. Now, we've seen this kid since come in this season, his rookie year, and completely put the NFL on notice. I don't know what the Commanders did. They got the right coach. They got the right players. And Terry McLaurin is a receiver. That's going to be a problem next year. Y'all mark my words. But the Commanders and the Buccaneers was going back and forth. Shout out to Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield. Baker was fighting. Those Bucs was fighting. Unfortunately, and this was a shocker to me, to let Jaden Daniels lead his team down the field to put them in field goal position. The kicker kicks the ball. It hits the upright and bounce in. Washington bouncing their way into the next round, ladies and gentlemen, beating the Buccaneers 23-20. What a heartbreaking loss for the Bucs. I mean, they was doing hot all season long, but like I said, all season long, come playoff time, it's either put up or shut up. And the Commanders came to play, setting the Commanders up to go to the Motor City to take on the number 1 seeded Detroit Lions. Man, this game right here, it could have went either way, like I said. Shout out to the Baker Mayfield and the Bucs. I don't know what's going to happen with that team next year, but hopefully we could see good things coming out of Tampa. I mean, it wasn't the same since Brady, and Jaden Daniels is showing like, hey, if C.J. Stroud can do it 1 year, here I am. I'm going to go out there and do what C.J. Stroud did and show who I am, and I'm going to show y'all my talents. And look at the Commanders now. They're going to the next round, and they're going to the Motor City to take on Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, and those Detroit Lions. That's going to be a tough game next week. I'm excited for that one. This one right here, and I want to give a special shout out to the people that lost their homes in Los Angeles, California. I know Cali is going through something right now. The Rams and Vikings game was supposed to have been played in California, but due to the wildfires that was going on in California, this game was moved to Glendale, Arizona, where we had the Minnesota Vikings going one-on-one with the Los Angeles Rams. Now, like I said, a lot of teams in LA are starting to come back, trying to bring that city back together. The Rams dedicated this game to the families who lost their homes in the California wildfires. I mean, this world is crazy, but hey, a game had to be played. And the Rams shell shocked the Vikings and beat the Vikings by a score of 27-9. It wasn't Sam Darnold's day. The Vikings were hot all year, going into this game 12-5. Unfortunately, like I said, when a team got so much to play for, and they put their city on the line to go out there and play a football game and actually win that game, Matthew Stafford did his job. Precious Nakua did his job. Cooper Kupp did his job. Let's see what the Rams can do next week in Philadelphia when they play host to the Philadelphia Eagles. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a wild card weekend that I enjoyed. Setting up the divisional round is here next week, Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern. We have CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans flying to Arrowhead to take on the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Now, this is a dangerous time to play the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes just had another baby. Congratulations to the Mahomes family on that third edition. CJ Stroud is showing that, hey, like I said, I could be elite too. Here I am. But you're going against a dangerous quarterback in Mahomes. Good luck in Arrowhead. It's going to be tough. You know who else is going to need the luck? Just like I said, the Commanders punching their way into the divisional round. But you're playing the number one seeded Detroit Lions in Detroit. That's going to be tough to do because Dan Campbell is going to coach those guys. Now, Detroit, listen to me, you Detroit fans. This year is your year to get it done. Now, I'm saying this right now. If y'all play the Eagles and the NFC championship game, y'all in trouble. Because what Saquon Barkley is doing, what Nick Sirianni is doing with the Eagles right now, this reminded me of the year that the Eagles won the Super Bowl when they had Nick Foles and they had, I forgot who their coach was, but he went in there and got the job done and brought the Eagles a Super Bowl. Can this be the Eagles' year? I don't know. But to me, and I kind of call this week 2 or 3, if I'm not mistaken, I said in the NFC Championship game, don't be shocked if you have Detroit versus Philadelphia. Because the acquisitions that both of these teams made, the acquisitions that Detroit made on defense by going to Cleveland, grabbing up Zadarius Smith, hoping that their best defender and Hawkinson come back. Because if they get that dude back by the Super Bowl, then y'all have a chance. But you're playing against the Eagles. If the Eagles can get past the Rams, which, come on, let's face it. The Rams, they had an up and down season. I don't see them getting past Philly. I might be wrong, but I don't see the Rams getting past Philly. That's going to be tough to do. And especially to beat them at home in Philly, man. But Lions, like I said, this year is y'all year. If y'all do not get it done this year, Detroit, I don't know what to say about y'all. Y'all got the pieces there. Can y'all finally get it done this year? It's to be determined. Now, the game of the week next week to me because you know Kansas City is gonna and Houston is gonna be a good one. But this right here, this game right here to me determines the MVP of the NFL next week. Because you got two of the top candidates going head to head. You got Lamar and the Ravens, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Now, to me, the winner of this game goes to Arrowhead and play Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. And that's going to be tough to do. Not sleeping on Lamar, because like I said, Lamar Jackson is this generation's Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, any black quarterback that we had in the NFL combined into one. What Lamar is doing in Baltimore and scooping up Derrick Henry from Tennessee and putting him in the backfield with Lamar, and you got Zay Flowers. You got a great team over there. Your defense is playing better now. I don't know what this game is going to look like. But like I said, to me, the winner of this game goes to Arrowhead to play the Kansas City Chiefs. Or, who knows, Houston might upset Kansas City. But, like I said, you're playing Patrick Mahomes. It is tough to beat Patrick Mahomes at home in a playoff game. I don't care what you did to them in the season. The season is over. The playoffs is now. Can Houston get it done? Can the Commanders upset the number one seeded Lions in Detroit? Can the Rams continue their Cinderella story and upset Saquon Barkley and the Philadelphia Eagles? Can Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens upset Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo next week? Ladies and gentlemen, we have the final four teams in the NFC and in the AFC. The winners of these games is going to set up the conference championship games next weekend. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Folks, it's only getting better from here. This is a short week, and I hope you guys are excited. There you have it. The coverage of Wild Card Weekend is in the books. We are moving on to the divisional round next week. I'm excited. I hope y'all are. I want to thank y'all for vibing with me. Tune in either Saturday or Monday for my brother B show, Over the Barricade, where he discussed wrestling. Tune in to my brothers Tori and Mel talk show. Man, they're going to have a lot to talk about. They're going to have y'all laughing. I'm excited for that one too. But folks, thank you for tuning in. Divisional round next week. Wild card is in the books. It's only getting excited. Road to the Super Bowl starts right now. I'm your boy Reg. Peace and love. I will see y'all next week. Divisional games. It's important. Here we go. Ooh-wee. I'm excited. Peace and love, y'all. I'll see y'all next week. And we can cut. I'm going to keep talking to y'all. And, yeah, we're done. Cut.